All right, now when you've got your back cut, usually we have the shiny side forward, but either way, whatever fits, and you got your nice spacing all the way around, you got your pencil marks off. Now it's time to glue your back onto your piece. We use a hot glue gun to do this. You need to plug it in and give it 7 to 10 minutes to get hot enough to do it. If you have to squeeze the trigger and it's hard, you're too fast. You got to give it more time for it to heat up. Okay, what happens is there's little teeth that bite in there, and if you're squeezing that too hard, it'll break those teeth. Then you have to manually push the glue stick in by hand. Okay, you grab it and push it in. That's kind of a pain in the butt, so just give it a few minutes for it to warm up. Okay, now when we glue, I've had lots of kids come around and put glue on their piece, then try to push the back onto it. Well, that creates gaps right in here where while you're gluing here, this side, or you're gluing here, by the time you get over here, this side, the hot glue's cool, and it'll produce a gap in between these. I don't like that. I prefer to put it up tight, then glue around on the seam on the inside edge. Okay, it's pretty hard to show you how to do that with the basket. So I'm going to take this broken down, worn out old miter box and show you. So this seam right here is basically the same as the seam in between your back and the basket pieces. Okay, you want to get that tip of that glue gun right in that very seam. Okay, this glue gun looks like it's starting to get about ready. Let's lightly pull the trigger. No, it's actually, you can see it's kind of milky and it's a little bit hard, so it's not quite ready. I'm going to pause a second and let it warm up. All right, I'm back. Our glue gun's hot enough to do it. Now, you notice I put a piece of scrap wood down because I don't want, you can see like there's a dribble right there. I don't want the hot glue on the bench. So we grab a piece of scrap wood and put it on here. Now, just as the name says, this is hot glue. Don't be touching the tip. Don't touch the hot glue. Yes, I have had to fill out injury reports for kids getting burned from getting their finger into hot glue or on the tip. Generally, it's hot glue. I think they have contests who can handle the hottest glue, and pretty soon someone gets burnt. All right, so now back to gluing. Okay, we were talking, we want to get that tip, let me bring this up even closer, that tip right into that seam. And then we'll slowly pull along, feeding glue to put a nice even bead. Now when you are doing it, you want to go real slow, and you've got to watch and pay attention to what you're doing. Right on the front side of the tip, you want glue coming out, and you want a little bead of glue on the front side of the tip as you're going, and then the tip helps to spread it to make sure you get a bead on both the side and the bottom. Okay, so you want to put it in. Let's see if we can get you a better angle here. Put it in. See, you can see that bead of glue on the front. We slowly pull along, keeping that bead of glue on that front. Nice. Go along. Now we keep that bead of glue. And you see, I hope you can see, it did a nice smooth job gluing both surfaces together. That is what I want to see. Down on the very end here is what I don't want to see. See how we ended up with glue on the bottom, but none on the side? That does zero. Doesn't do one bit of good. So if you have I end up seeing kids with a big wad of glue like this, which doesn't do a whole lot of good because it barely touches this side, doesn't it? You want a nice, smooth, even bead touching the side and bottom to tie those together. Okay? This bead of glue should go all the way around. From that all the way around, so you have it solid, not some here, big gap, some here, you know, big gap, some here. Nice and smooth, solid all the way. That ends this section.